What's up, guys? So another vape review, talking about more about hardware, so on and so forth. I have something amazing to talk about. Now, I know everybody's hype on clones, and everybody's, you either love them or you hate them, or you just hate the fact that they clone things in general. Well, Hcigar has come out with something that's probably more than likely the biggest unicorn mod in the vaping community, and that is the Windrose by Magnetic Mods. Now, this, I gotta tell you, I've never held a real Windrose. I've never held the real deal, so I don't really know exactly how close this is to the real deal, but I gotta tell you, this mod, it's been one of my favorite mods, period. I will never ever trade this mod or sell it. It's just one of those mod clones that, it's awesome. The button on here is just insanely smooth. I'm going to give you basically a vapor demonstration with the Windrose. Here we go. Look at that. Now, don't mind my build, but look at that. That is insane. For a clone, that, I mean, you know, you have to factor in your build and how you build and so on and so forth, if you do really low sub-ohms, stuff like that. But for, and look at this button. Check this button. You gotta check this button out. Look at that. I'm hitting this on all sides of the button. Dead center, top, bottom, this side, that side. That is insane, and it's not one of those. It's not one of those squishy buttons. You know what I'm talking about, where it goes metal on metal and it goes. I don't even have a description, or I mean, I don't even have a this. It doesn't do that. This is the O&I clone, by the way, from Fastech, but it doesn't have this. You know what I'm talking about? Look at that. Buttery, buttery, buttery. Also, it has copper top pin and bottom pin. This, I don't even know how to describe this to people when I tell them, but the ring here, buttery smooth. Now you get kind of a little clinky, but that's only the metal really, going through the threads and going from up and down and all that kind of crap. You know what I'm talking about. But it's, now you're probably thinking, this is probably like what, in the $50 range, $50, $60 range, and you're probably thinking, well, it's probably a good clone for that price. Well, Vape Royalty, which is one of my favorite places to go to find any kind of a new clone that's been popping up onto the market. If it's been talked about on Facebook and so on and so forth, I usually go there because usually they're the top people that get it usually first. They're a top Hcigar carrier, so they carry a lot of Hcigar's products. But this is a really good Hcigar, take on the Windrose. Let's give it a vape again, and then I'll get into the other things that you actually get with this, and then I'll go over the amazing price on this. Now we're going to do top of the button, center, side, other side, bottom. That's insane. So what you do get it in this nice little cool Hcigar box. You get the the little zippy You get it in there, you open it up, your mod will be laying in here. Of course, it'll be in plastic. It'll be in that little plastic, the stuff that you get with it will be in plastic. By the way, you do get a 350 tube, a 500 tube, and of course a 650 tube that I have that I'm using. I usually use 650 stuff all the time. I don't really go into the 350 and the 500 because I'm a sub-ohm vapor. You really don't want to go that route. And you basically want to know your math before you ever venture into going into smaller batteries and vaping sub-ohm, because you never know. It might blow up in your hand. Not saying it will, but you never know. But the price of this mod is flipping ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. In Vaporality, I don't even know how they did this, but you get this case, which is, it's a nice case. I mean, it's you know, it's a Chinese case, whatever you want to call it. You get the case, you get the two tubes, the 350 and the 500, and the 650, top and bottom caps, of course. $39.99. $39.99 for this thing. And it's not, this literally feels like a $75 clone. This feels like a $75, $50, $60, $65, $75 clone. Something along those lines. And you're getting it for $39.99. $39.99 gets you this tube, you know, and this whole setup. I really don't. I don't know how to describe this to people, how good of a deal this is. Also, the Templar clone, if you're interested in the Templar, say you've been on a waiting list for a while and you're kind of getting sick of it, Hcigar has one, $37.99. You get this whole setup, and you get an extra tube for a kick. I'm gonna guess on that because it's a little smaller, but you know, you can interchange it. I want to say you can do this in 500 and 350. Not too sure on that, but I have it in 650, and it vapes just as well. Decals on it. Really nice. Don't mind my Solera, but they're nice clones. They're really nice clones. Hcigar really knocked it out of the park. I'm really impressed with them. But that's my take on those. I'm very, very happy with them. I'll have a link to vaporroyalty.com in the description so you can check them out and get one for yourself. They will have, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a brass Windrose. But anyway, guys, as always, have a Vaporgasm. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. Check you guys later.